Republicans unanimously voted in Mike Johnson, an extreme far-right religious ideologue from Louisiana.
This guy's a Christian nationalist.
He is a Christian nationalist.
When you're this much of a religious fanatic, there is no room for real democracy.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So the left, they really are exposing themselves lately, man, to anyone that's going to pay attention, at least. And that's the problem. Not a lot of people are paying attention. You guys are paying attention, but here's where we're at. The same people who are literally in the streets marching in support of the status quo in the fictional land of Palestine. And the status quo, of course, by the way, is Sharia law. It is legal for men to rape their wives. It is illegal to be gay. It's illegal for women to travel without being accompanied by a man. This is what they support. And these same people who support this are the same people who are terrified of a speaker, Mike Johnson, slandering him as their new favorite catchphrase. He's a Christo-fascist, which honestly is a pretty hilarious concept when you really break it down. But, you know, they don't ever break it down. They just hear scary words, and that's the end of it. So here's where we're at, man. The left, they're absolutely panicking as they realize, honestly, that their strategy of creating division, creating disruption in the Republican Party, it backfired, man, and it backfired big. And, you know, like I've said in other videos, Nancy Pelosi, she would never, ever have screwed this up. You know, if she was still the Democratic leader, the useful rhino that was Kevin McCarthy, he would still be speaker, but he's not. Mike Johnson is. And it's just the most recent example of you get what you vote for. So, you know, what does the left do when all else fails and their backs are up against the wall? Well, bigotry. That's what they always do, bigotry. And what's the most commonly accepted form of bigotry in the Western world? Anti-Christian bigotry. So what's got them so sideways?
I am a Bible-believing Christian. Someone asked me today in the media, they said, it's curious, people are curious, what does Mike Johnson think about any issue under the sun? I said, well, go pick up a Bible off your shelf and read it. That's my worldview.
You heard that right. The Bible doesn't just inform his worldview, it is his worldview.
Republicans unanimously voted in Mike Johnson, an extreme far-right religious ideologue from Louisiana.
This guy's a Christian nationalist.
He is a Christian nationalist.
When you're this much of a religious fanatic, there is no room for real democracy.
He is a very loyal soldier to the far-right movement.
A low-ranking far-right Republican.
Johnson, a hard-right conservative.
A hard-right conservative.
A hard-line conservative.
Far-right, far Christian right.
Far-right extreme.
Extreme. Far-right.
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 Much further to the right.
The reason this guy is speaker is none of us had the time to read his resume and realize he's David Duke light.
MAGA Mike Johnson, there's a reason why they call him that.
The MAGA faction, the anti-democracy faction, the far right, won.
Does this signal that he and his extreme views represent the Republican Party?
Mike Johnson has an affable personality, okay? These are the most dangerous types.
Hardline conservative, but palatable. He will say the craziest things with just the most mild-mannered milquetoast tone.
He had, you know, this Ned Flanders vibe.
Jim Jordan with a jacket and a smile.
Jim Jordan with a jacket and a smile.
It was very clear that he was, despite that Ned Flanders vibe, a fire-breathing conservative.
Johnson is more dangerous than Donald Trump because Johnson actually wants to make America into a Christian theocracy.
So yeah, I mean, there you have it, man. In the new world, at least the way the left sees it, the way the left envisions this world for us, you know, targeted bigotry is just a tool. And being religious is a bad thing. Well, we've already talked about this. Not being religious, being Christian is a bad thing. The religion that was literally key to the founding of the country has now become a dangerous and damn near disqualifying, crazy ideology. When in reality, all Christianity really is, to most people, is a set of values. There is nothing controversial with governing based on morals and values. It may be incredibly rare, but it's not controversial, or it shouldn't be controversial. So really, you know, what has got the left losing their minds, right? Is it the fact that the man believes differently than them? Is it the fact that, you know, they didn't get the division that they hoped for within the Republican Party, and instead what they got, what it looks like they got, is strong and principled leadership? You know, are they really afraid of the guy's faith, or are they afraid of the fact that the man really does appear to be a traditional conservative. Honestly, man, I'm having a hard time figuring out. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. You know, I can say this, you know, I'm getting pretty damn tired of bigotry aimed at anybody, but especially aimed at certain people being widely accepted. You know, you're either for it or you're against it. But anyway, guys, that's just my take. Let me know your take in the comments. And if you haven't already, guys, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. See you in the next one.